Voy a hacer este.
Hello, hello, test. Hello, hello, test. Hello, hello, test. Hello, guys. So let's start. Market is still giving us one of the levels. Still testing the old ones. Currently bearish free tab. Come over, let's see if we have some sort of time-based chains. Still respecting one of these levels. It's going to be sequence in next hour. Let's see the profiling for the day. So yeah, we have tested the high and now I expect lower levels. That's it for the wall and POC, and free tap is currently swept on 30 minutes and 1 hour, so it might drop lower if we come to the comparison with Ethereum. Let's see if there was some sort of SMT. There's also a bearish free tap. This stopped at break even. There is a bearish free tap as well right now. Lower time frame, let's see if we do have a fair value gap right now. We do, so there's going to be some sort of reaction. I would expect it from this level. We go on daily, see what happens there. We set the high right now, rotating over. It's Monday. I expect in 2 more days to be bearish, then we might turn bullish again. But yeah. Okay, let's come back to one chart only. It's like a big expectations. I have 4 cycles. That's what I shared in the group previously. For Bitcoin, this is my current plan. What I expect to see. Something like this, maybe. I would like to see a local bottom around 55k, but it might not be something that we will get. It would be ideal, but yeah. But I expect further drop right now at the USDT, PO3, and the USDC. Just kind of waiting for some sort of a SMT there. I think it's gonna happen around this level. Totals, there's a big level down here, but interesting because total 2 and total 3 is basically sitting on that level. But total has a lot of place, so yeah. You see total 3 is sitting on that level. Total 1 and total 2 did not tap it yet. And others is sitting slightly below that, but it's okay. Since we have bullish 3 taps across the board here, I don't have them charted here, I have them on the other template, but basically there's a bullish 3 tap here and here as well on lower time frame. Both are now swept. One's higher time frame, this one's lower time frame. Speculatively, there might be a macro 3 tap here later on, but this would mean that we would see a rise right now and then drop again until below that level and then up from there. So Ethereum Bitcoin, one of the charts we need to check as well. It has hit one of the macro levels previously. Right now on the weekly we are also holding another level here. I have it incorrectly marked with colors. Okay, like this. So you see we respected this level. Right now I would say we are going to target this high up here. Can try to drag some trend lines just to see if there's anything worth watching. Perhaps this. Just to see what the people are looking at, and yeah. My expectations are still that we are going to see a bull trap into the August, September, and it should happen around here. So this is your time frame for the bull trap. Can go on other charts to have them there too. Do you see how Ethereum is also sitting on one of the macro levels that we need to look for right now? And also there's a level here which we can try to refine. This is a big level, I know. We'll refine it in a second. Hello guys, soul chart, yes, we will check it. Hi there, brother. I finally have a second screen, so if you guys comment or say anything, I'll be able to immediately answer. So this is a level here. Okay. Can delete the cycles here. We don't need them now. And let's drag this level. Yeah, we are now sitting above that, kind of flirting with it. So if we reclaim it and successfully take out this high, I would be super bullish again on Ethereum. Also in a PO3, there's like there was accumulation phase. Now you have the trap and the reclaim. So So now, yeah, now we should start running. I expect at least 2k, but my guess is we can sweep even 3.5k right now. Soul chart, we'll check soul chart. Hi, what do you think short term for Bitcoin we will hit 66 or 67k? It's possible. I do have a fractal here. I think it's going to be even higher than that before the September. Right. I don't know where's the fractal here right now. 1 second. It's going to be here likely. No? Pretty sure it's somewhere there though. Oh, I know where it is. It's on the other chart. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. Yeah, okay, you're not, so... okay, I would have to do the other settings. But basically, let's recreate it then quickly. It doesn't really matter what we do. So there's a bars pattern, we need this thing, and we need this. So now if we go to USDT, we'll have to scroll very, very far for this. Okay, and smaller. It's this thing. It's also nice. Okay. This is painful, I know, sorry. It's just the fact that you have to do it like this. Annoying. Okay, we're almost there. So now complete it. Oh, I made it a little too big. We needed a lower time frame. It's okay. So we should be around the... I wish I had that one. This was smaller and this was... Wait, no, it wasn't smaller. It was like this. Yeah. Even more. Okay, now it looks almost like the one we have on the other chart somewhere. But basically... No, that's not it. It's too far. It must be somewhere here. Oh yeah, no, it's okay. Sorry. So right now we might see a trap, and then we are likely going to drop into these levels lower, into quarterly open, and then lower and lower on USDT. So this could boost Bitcoin and other assets like Ethereum, basically anything. I don't know where's that chart, or just kinda annoying because I had a lot of chart here. Oh, it's here. I'm just blind. Fuck. Yeah, so it's this one. So you see, there's a drop of 25% on USDT possible. A minimum of a 13%, which would be like a... How much would be like Ethereum at 2K exactly? And Bitcoin around 72? Yeah, 72. So that's a minimum target for me for now, and then I would expect either lower prices or another trap into this. And you can see on the 3rd September, around that time, or August, we should get a bull trap and push up again. And the next cycle should start around January or February in the next year. Let's check Bitcoin dominance. Let's go back to my chart here where I have all the things I need. So Bitcoin dominance had this PO3 that I warned about. It was possible even up here. So this was a big range. This was your sweep, trap. Over on higher time frame, it's probably going to be better, like this. So it's like a macro PO3, but it's still very nice. And right now we are coming lower. I think we'll continue. It's just going to tap some of these levels here before reversing lower. And yeah, ultimately we can compare this to others, but we need to flip this chart. Oh, sorry, no. Yeah, we need to actually. Yeah. And you can see there was a SMT up here. Reason why we need to flip others, the dominance is that you would get a different data and you wouldn't be able to find a SMTs because it would be basically these are opposing, so others go up when Bitcoin dominance goes down, so you need to flip one of the charts. And so you see that we do have a PO3 here too, with a sweep of the recent lows, and that's our trap. So now others dominance should rise and crypto meme coins and stuff like that should run. It's also sitting on key levels, currently trying to reclaim it. So very likely we are going to have some sort of push and test before we run up. But yeah, it's a very pretty chart right now. We can try to do this chart, this tool. Now use this extension. So this was a lower deviation. This is where we had that high, and others dominance should top around this level, around here, either at 4%, but very likely we will get a reaction slightly lower. I will show you exactly where. No, that's not the one I want. Oh, we can use it anyway, it's okay. So around 4.35 and 4.44% is where I would expect a top on others dominance at this moment from this PO3. So this should be your level you should watch. Ideally, if it wants to expand even higher, it's going to take this high. Can maybe chart this even for Bitcoin dominance. Where's that? Sorry, I was reading one of the messages I got on my phone. So this, and here either 57.6 or 56.84 at this moment. Let me check one thing here. Let's mark all of these. This should be attracted later on, but if we go back to the cycle, this should also act as a magnet, this level here. So 51% is a long-term target. Maybe it's going to be exactly as this one. It kind of makes sense. But then my calculation on Bitcoin dominance would have to go somewhere else. Maybe it's not the structure that has formed yet. And we also should test later on this green level here. Should act as a magnet pretty much. And this should happen later on during the Q3. It's pretty far, I know. This is pretty much the 55% we are talking about, so rather this target is more possible. Maybe we get something like this, then we come back higher, and then we drop over. This is like a very possible scenario. Which I would say copies exactly this, if I'm not wrong. What do you think about silver? Are we bottoming here now? We have mostly filled the daily PVG. Let me check. I haven't checked silver for a while. It's possible that we will get 52 still. For me, basically silver will be bullish as long as we don't take out this low. Is there SMT? There's SMT on lower time frame. Actually put two charts next to each other so we can see them. And we need gold. Different color here. Oh no, it's correct color, we just have flipped chart. So there's a possibility of an SMT still forming here. We do have this low, and both, as you see, took out the low, so there's no SMT on this one as a big one. So both are pretty much... And we have wrong chart here. That's why. So we do have an SMT, sorry. But currently there's a local SMT down here, which could sign a bottom right now. And there's a... This is the quarter one. Very possible we will range for a while here. And then in the September we will take off. That's very possible. We drop on lower time frame. Let's check what do we see there. But gold seems to be more strong at this current moment from the SMT. You can see there's a liquidity building up right now. It's like this curve. So I expect both to push a bit higher right now, but they might not pull the big move where I expected to run for like 120 on silver just yet, but I think that will come later on. I have it somewhere in here, more detailed chart on silver. I'm not sure if it's here or here. It's probably here. Yeah, so this is my expectation for solar. Where's this flip? So if we lose the 54 and 56, there is a possibility after we rise here a little bit that if this is going to be the spring, so this is a Wyckoff for sure. But if we lose this level, possibly we are going to see either 52 or 48. But then I would expect rise to 130. Minimum of 117. But yeah, we started buying spot and low leveraged this asset currently. Gold also looks okay. Still can drop lower into 3,800. But also hit one of the major levels, so both are looking good, but need to be careful about them. Because they can like push a little higher here to take out this liquidity. And then they can drop even lower into the September before it moves. But yeah, I think both are long-term bullish again until the mentioned levels are hit. Oh, I promised the sol, so we will check the sol first. Sorry that it took this much time, but I kind of forgot. So let's start charting freshly. There's possible PO3 here that I see. And there was a lower time frame one too, if I'm not wrong. Yeah. There's this one. So this was likely an accumulation. I'm definitely not bearish at this moment on crypto. Like in midterm until September, at least. This should act as a magnet, 127. You see how we are nicely holding the base here. And if you pull the fib from here, this should give us the exact bottom. Yep. So worst case, I would see if we get some bad news here, 56 per Solana, but very unlikely. I think we are going to hold this level and continue higher. This is all I'm seeing here. There was a bullish free tab here, which got swept. This is your sweep. This is good that we have reacted off this level right here, because this confirms that this is a strong level. And if you want to play it safe, you don't want to be long here, even though this closure here is very good. It confirms that we should go higher, and there was a demand flip here. So this was a sweep too. But if you want to play the safe way, you can either long here and have stop before below this as a daily closure below. But I would personally wait for a flip of this level and test, and then long from here. Ideally, you want to play it like this, with long here and stop loss here, daily close below that level. So it's like 11% drop. But you can also play scalp long like this if it flips, and then small stop once the price action forms, and consider another, or like once the price action forms around that level, then you would choose your stop loss. So this is not like a legit one right now. You would wait for the flip and then off that. Do you see SPX pushing higher in Q3, or are we gonna have a correction and then in Q4 to expect new high? Let's check SPX. Why not? That's not the one I wanted. I think I charted here or something. Yeah. So I have a level here, but stocks are slightly worse. What is to the fibs, as they are not as precise. And currently, I would say we might be coming to 7.7k, potential 7.572, 7.872, not 7.5, and then dropping. If we check the levels here, let me put this on, it will print some levels for us. If we drop on lower, which could be potentially swept. So one big level is here, which was not swept yet. This is potentially our target for the drop. And drop may come in this area again later on in the Q3. So this is your time zone for possible drop. You see that we there's going to be an opportunity to long once we are below all of these levels. It's gonna come. I'm very certain that this will happen in the next, how long? This drop will definitely come until 2029. So as long as you wanna just accumulate money, you can wait for the drop here below these levels and then long again, and we will likely go higher. Or like below these levels, you wanna start looking and accumulating for long term. But I'm certain this level will be hit too. Let me check which other levels are here. We can go on 3-day as well. Don't see anything here at this moment. This was the COVID, right? Let me check if we thought everything about the COVID. But COVID was, what COVID did is we swept this low, so this was a perfect drawn liquidity there, and now there's this level as well, which was quite nicely respected. So possibility of that level as well, if we get some big crisis. It'll be around a 40% drop on SPX, 26 in case of the better scenario. Okay, let's move on the other chart. Let me see if you guys wanted to chart anything. Okay, nothing there. I'll quickly check BOE. I'm very certain that this will run because it's been holding the pips like crazy. He immediately, there's a sign that still like market makers are involved, because if you look here, this fib was tested perfectly and this fib as well. Immediate push up, 60% run, both fibs filled, and then it stopped. So I'm pretty certain that this will still keep on going later on. My pleasure, Alex. I think this is just a matter of time before we run. It's been like accumulating for past 1 year, holding the floor 180, and since this it's been like a year or so, year and a half. So yeah. I'm thinking, what should we check? Maybe Link. Link is not looking as bottomed as yet of now. Never swept the low here. Even though it looks quite healthy, there's no sign of a strength as of now. I think we are going to come for this level. Then if you get a reaction like this and then flip, then I would belong here. Otherwise, kind of avoiding it for now. Maybe, just maybe, but that looks way too far. But it aligns with the other levels, so maybe we will ceiling for 6 still before any further push. Tau is one of the charts I want to check too. I don't know, I used to like Tau a lot, but it still feels like it's the same thing all the time. I don't want to unclick that. You see how we reclaimed? We tested it here, then rejected here, tested it here, and here. So this is a legit level. Let's copy this as well. So it hit the high. So my guess is that we will see Tau for 172 first before we reverse, and then possibly may do something. There's very likely also an unfilled free tab here. From what I'm seeing here, we can drop on lower time frame. You see how we are testing these levels still sitting above, so there's likely no sweep on lower time frame. Yes, we can readjust. 1, 2, and the lowest one is third one is here. 1, 2, and lowest one is here, third one. There was an internal one before. It was here, which was fine sweep. This can be counted, but there's equal lows. We do have a equal lows here, so there's your target. And there's a big free tap unswept as of now. So this is your liquidity draw. Let me just add some emojis because I kind of know what they mean. And let's add a alert here. Start watching the chart. Into August, September, it's here, so should be hit by then. Hi man, can you check Floki? Yeah, absolutely. I'll check it in a second. I'll just look if there's any considerable target as of now for the link, but I don't think there is. It's going to be respected for sure. Yeah, this was perfectly tapped. So possibly, if Tau decides to run, we might get a push into the 800. But that's just possibility. We wanted to check Floki. First, let me check how much is it down from the top. 93%, so it needs to reverse here, otherwise it will die likely. That's the lowest level we want to see. Okay, Floki looks pretty good here. This is the lowest level of a support here. It needs to hold. If it holds this level, then it can pump. Actually, very good chart. Thanks for recommending. Otherwise, if not, then we will get another 23% drop. Or like, let me be precise, 24% drop from current level. So if it holds here, I could see it run. There's likely a free tab here. Very good spot. I think I will actually long this. I think I will actually long it very, very soon because look how beautiful this free tap key level hit right now. We possibly have also a free drive here. People will say that there was like this triangle. Fuck triangles. They're not good. But if you go on weekly, or we have to go like 3-day, maybe even 2-day only. There was this level hit. See, we got a reaction of these levels. So if this is flipped again, safe long is above this, but in this case, I would recommend to actually go and long this low. Oh shit, this is perfect, bro. This is like a perfect chart. There was a lower time frame free tab here. Had the reaction. I'm going to long it right now. There was reaction of this level. We flipped it. And now it's reacting off that. So if you want to play it safe, I would go with stop around here. Oh, wrong one. Oh, it was correct one, sorry. And with possible stop around here. But if you want to play it safe, it would be even lower. So like 5% stop. Or possibly a... If it's going to respect the retab, then we are looking for 115% rise as of now. If it fails here, it's going to come for this level, and then you would be looking for long here again. If super tight stop, and then rise of 196% minimum. The later on it takes the bigger the target because this arrow obviously goes lower, higher and higher. So as long as the more time it takes, the likely the target increases. But yeah, thanks for recommending. I'm actually going to long it right now and post the signal as well. Because this is like a crazy, crazy chart. How much we are talking about the drop? 6%. So I'm going to use about a 15x up here, maybe more. But I like it. I like it. Perfect. Let me check if there's some sort of Bojan low loading, maybe even on 2 week. Not there. But this is like a perfect. Let me check if there's like a SMT within some other coins. Maybe we could possibly use Pepe for this. Now that I'm thinking of that, because they are congruent assets at this moment. And we are trying to short this. Yeah, there's an SMT. To scroll like this. The beautiful SMT on the weekly. Right here. And this one's from here. A good find. Really good find. 1 second, I will guys post it into our group. Okay, I'm finished with the signal. It's already reacting of that level, which is good. Pepe also looks quite nice. I still think it's going to drop over. It didn't hit our level here, but there's a free tap loading. Bullish free tap in this case. There's no sweep. Oh, I know what I wanted to show you guys as well, one thing. And that is, we have a weekly inverse head and shoulders loading on Bitcoin. I think people are going to watch, but no one really realizes that right now. So they might say later on that this is the bottom and no one saw that, but you have very obvious inverse head and shoulders. If this was the case, then if I'm not wrong, it's like this. We'd be looking into 78k target, which I'm expecting at least push towards this high, 73. I think it's very possible. Why not actually? Let's check DJT. The stock of Trump Media or Trump Media Technology. I told you that we will sweep $8 or $7, and then it should find that once it recovers, basically a small off season should start. We swept the listing low, which was below 9.3. We are now recovering from that, and if we do recover, then we are going to likely push higher, at least into $25 here, which should act as a magnet as well. It's a stock that dropped 96% from the high. If we are gonna take just this recent one, it's 90%, which is usually a bottom for stocks. 85% is usual drop in terms of big corrections. PayPal. Is PayPal giving us a go sign? Kinda is. Seems like a big PO3 at this moment. I think it's going to be a big gainer over the next months. Looking a lot like the Coinbase pregnant. Short-term target should be $64. Higher one, 97. So you're looking for a rise of 70% on PayPal. And I also wanted to check eBay. I didn't check that one, I think, ever. But I know that eBay is... GameStop is now holding more than like 10% of the eBay, if I'm not wrong. There seems to be a bearish free tab here. Possibly this is going to be a target for now, and then we'll see what it brings here. Maybe like some sort of M-looking structure and lower. We go to GameStop. there's for sure some move coming soon because look at this range. Go on lower time frame. If there's any zone here, yeah, there's a white one. This is usually an accumulation zone bottom. Oh, I've wrong marked it incorrectly. It's this candle. So if GameStop drops to 16.8, I would be a buyer. Come back to weekly. Let's see if we can use FIB here. Like a better FIB somewhere. This is the problem. I need like a very precisely looking candles for the FIBs, and stocks just don't give you that. Unless we have like something here. But I mean, we can still use this. And then use this thing. Yeah. So if you are looking into this, then 26 is your possible bottom around this area, and then move up. Let me just send these ideas into the group to Starbucks. Starbucks is something I want to check because of the coffee sector. Coffee is expected to rise. I kind of want to see where it's sitting right now. Could be a macro PO3 as well. What are our levels telling us? Not much, except this is a macro supply. See how these levels perfectly align? Look here. This is what I'm telling you when I'm speaking about the magnets. This level perfectly held it, and the other one rejected here, held it here, and came back to test it before it ran up again. This is by far like the best indicator I have right now. So this is another zone here, which is macro supply. Could possibly test some lower levels here, but it's still in the hidden in this collection. So let's go for Doge. Let me skip some songs. I don't like this one. I don't think you heard them, but neither this one. Doge, also very pretty FIB here. Perfectly hit the level. Could start running here. If it doesn't, it's going to drop lower into this one. But if it recovers here, I'm gonna go higher. You can check. There's going to be the free tap. Bullish free tap is here. This was the sweep, but no reaction yet from the level we want. This should be the level that we would be looking at. Either this one or either this one. These should be our safe entries above them. And then we would be looking for a push higher. There was also a big free tap here. So target of Doge would be for now, as of now, about 0.5. See how there's like a small pause in here? That's why I put the fib here. And then it perfectly respected that level. So 0.53 would be the target right now, and if you're looking into this, it's going to be somewhere in the 2027 likely. Let's check Trump. We are in long on this one, then stopped break even but took some profits. Still holding the level, but I'm kind of waiting on what it's gonna do here. You want to see a recover above this level first. And we can talk about long again. Or wait, let me see if it was stopped or break even or not. No, I still have that trade open. But it hit our first take profit here and then kinda came back to our entry. But I will add more if it comes here from the profits I made on that one. Let me check Floki. Real quick, I wanna have a proper entry on that one. It's below that level right now. There's a VVG here, so we might fill this first. Exciting, exciting. There's going to be a 333 right now sequence in a couple minutes, which may boost the price up again. Maybe it closes above here on the 30-minute, and then we would get the 3-3 here. Actually, in a couple minutes, can maybe watch it even. Oh, I see. There's a lower time frame free tab here, just above the VVG. And the sequence 333 is loading here. Maybe we get something like this and then up. So if you didn't enter yet, you can start buying, but I would personally enter here. If you don't want to get front run and long here. Hey brother, Boa please. Yeah, sure. I checked Boa before, but it's currently hit both lower time frame targets. Run from here to here. Right now ranging. But if we go to Boa Fractal, I expect a run very, very soon. I think we are currently around here. You see how it perfectly filled the level? This was a target of a down move. Perfectly tapped it. And now we should be starting to run towards the 20 mil. Expecting a 500 increase on the price in short term at this moment. Should be very nice. This would also align with this target of equal highs. So I think Boa will pop around 500 or 300% from the current price. 400 to 500% from current market price. This is a fractal from SPX, by the way. So very likely going to go higher soon. I've been buying more lately. I spent like 4k, 3k around these across multiple wallets a year. So, and on top of that, there's like a 12-hour free tab here, right here, which was just swept with that move. So yeah, might give us like a smaller move here before going higher, but I think it's soon going much higher. Kaspa, okay, let's go check Kas. Haven't been on this chart for a while too, only on the locked one and market cap one, but let's check it real quick. Immediately can see that this should be the target. Let's see how it was respected. It respected the level before very nicely here. The down move was here. I think it's the, no, it's not the same one. But perfectly tapped this level. And now respecting here. In terms of this, I want to apply another thing here. This, and then we would also apply this as the possible down target, which sits at 0.01974 is the possible lowest target for me that I could expect right now. But as long as we hold this, I would be looking for a possible long too. You don't want to see closure below this green, otherwise we will see the lower levels. Let's check the lower time frame there. Move here, likely got tested and rejected. Yep, there's the rejection. We applied the same fib from the other side. And would need to hold this, right? Otherwise, lower. I see there's like a big trend line. This one is this move above the trend line. You can't count that because it was just a fill, and this was the acceptance of lower prices basically. This just confirmed that we will go lower back then, and the reason why it went up above the trend line is just for that reason, and to create some sort of a bearish free tap. So this was the sweep of the bearish free tap that was local there. But this is the right trend line that once it breaks, it will likely run. I'm not a trend line trader, but this is something I observed that happens from point of these fibs. Sometimes why I use them. Let's check AVAX. I was not on AVAX for a long time. I'm still very bullish on it. Immediately can see that this is going to be the zone that we should hold. Maybe also if we apply fib from here, might be the bottom. This aligns on two zones. So maybe if lower prices then 5.388. If we go on 3-day time frame, for example, maybe even more, just to have the proper candles there. Then this aligns to, and this one too. So my guess is AVAX should run higher too soon. I want to check, someone was writing me. Okay, a friend of mine was telling me he's busy right now, so we're going to postpone our meeting, but it's okay. Is there like a coin you want me to check still? Litecoin. Litecoin is something I'm very, very bullish on lately. I've been buying spot a lot. I think it's going to pull insane move soon. There was this like accumulation, like giga accumulation here. This was a sweep here. And there's also a big SMT from here with other coins. Wrong one. It's a micro SMT, but it's valid. It's lower than that, so this was a valid sweep. And now this was a basically the down move, the whole move where you should be buying. And then I expect to rise to very, very high levels. Minimum for 120, which is around here. And there's a bullish, bearish free tap that was unswept. So that's your first target. Otherwise, long term, I could see it 440. Let me see if there's any fips over here. I didn't check that. It's gonna be used as a zone for flipping. This one, but maybe we can refine it somewhere else. Oh, okay. You see what I did here? That fib. Look what I did here. Held it, held it, held it, and perfectly tapped the bottom level and pumped. So if we flip this level and successfully test it, this is my confirmation for long. This is terrible project, man. I know this was like a banger in 2021 when the AI started, but it got fucked. I know many people were shilling the same way they were shilling Tao, so we had a guy back then when different group where I was, and it was terrible, bro. Never entered that because, yeah. Oh, chilies could be fun. So at the low here, see if we find any level here. Not really. You don't like this. Maybe if we go on weekly. But this does not look good for chilies. Maybe from here. Would have to be lower. So not good. From first glance it looked okay, but not as nice. Bitcoin Cash. Let's go for this one. Let's check the profiling. I want to see where is the vol and for the POC. You duplicate this and then you're going to start. Started from 8th January. 8th January 2024. And it's going to finish at the, how much is it? Gonna finish at the 9.08. I'm not sure if it's going to work. Not then we will just put it to current time right now. July 20. Oh, maybe it did work. Maybe we just didn't have it on. Yeah. Okay. Go on lower time frame here. is a daily cycle, that's not something we are looking for. This. Let's look for the yearly. So turn these off, and then we go from yearly cycle, which is this one, 2nd January. 2nd January and 2026 to 2027. See. It's a weird bug here. It's ending later when it should. That doesn't matter, but it's far below the levels, but it held a while here at the end of the previous cycle, so the POC is here, out here. So possibly this from here, from this point, is your accumulation. And at this point is your PO3 down move. This might take some time because this is a little too fast. Maybe we get like a push here into the August, then we get dump, and then on the new year later on, maybe we get something like this, and then start rising in the February and January. So maybe like something like this. This was a alt 3 tap unfilled, as I see from here. There was no sweep, so this was the target, which was now met. It's like 50-50 right now. We finished the move where this block started the manipulation move. And this is where it should finish. So this is the end of the sweep of an important level, which happened. The question is when we recover above this level. Once we recover, I would be looking for long. It might not take as much time as I expected at the first glance, but you want to look for recover above this level. Until then, I wouldn't touch it really. So yeah. Maybe you can check XRP. I wasn't on the charts too on this layout. Turning these off. Drag the FIP, take it here, held it. If it comes lower, 0.96 is your buy area. Ideally 0.97, you might not be able to catch it. And then we would run it up. Use this FIP and this level. I don't like these at all. Maybe let's use the line chart. Maybe we get more precise info from that. Weekly. And it's a little bit better, so. What scary thing is on this chart that there's like nothing unswept here. And this move basically started this. And you can see this was the top. Perfect stop on the FIB. So it's very scary. Right now we filled this level, this UNF. I mean, It's either survive or it's going to die. But like, there's a lot of continuous SFPs right here. Like it failed to close below here, failed to close below here, failed to close below here. So from the point of reversals, this should be the reversal area. If not, then we are looking into 50% drop potentially. Or this small fill here before we run it up. So 10% from here. This is the last level where I would be long. Here. This is the lowest I would expect. And then you would be targeting this 1.8 or potential 2.18, as this should be the magnet. And I have a bronc candle, it's this small one. So this is your magnet. Actually, let's apply the other fib here. Potentially here. I think I prefer this one. Here. From here. Yeah, so they align, so 0.97 is the area where I would be long. And that would be like a giga scalp. I'll also send this chart to the team, I think. Care for a bull trap. Actually, now thinking about it, let me check what do we have here. Yep, the lines. I will send this to my friends as well. Sorry, 1 second, please. Stopping that PVG right on that zone, right during our sequence. So if we get a reversal here, it will be confirmation for the long right here. For us, scalp long, I'm already in that one. Also notice this level. The one is swept already. Is there anything on 12 or in here? No, that's like a very messy. Unless this one could be possible. Okay, it held this. It came down here. If we take it further. This is my liquidation level on the Floki. Just quite a big margin. Needs to react here and go higher, otherwise. I like it. I like the chart a lot. I think it's going to be great opportunity anyway. Let me read if you guys wrote something. If not, then I think I will slowly end the stream, because I don't think what else should be checked. I think we went through quite a lot. Check like meme coin dominances. Also sitting on a support. Flip support, I mean. I think I showed you the USDT and USDC, right? Yeah, I think I did. And there's this level here, which is also a S&T. So yeah, so I'm pretty bearish right now for short term. I think we are going to see this level here, 8.8% on USDT, possibly on USDC 3.5. Okay, so thank you guys so much for coming, and we'll see you next time. This was a great stream, and yeah. So thank you so much, and bye-bye.